looking deep down the left side. Mendeville into the end zone. Touchdown! Down the sideline, still falling 20 to the house.
And the players streaming from the sideline to celebrate with 17 seconds left.
Welcome, everybody, to BVarsity Live. I'm Zach Ewing at the TBC Media Studios in downtown Bakersfield. It's a beautiful Thursday afternoon, Trevor. You always have some strange look on your face when I look over there, man.
I'm good.
You're just giddy today.
I had
That's
a good lunch. I made orange chicken today, and it was really good.
You made orange chicken?
But it wasn't like deep fried little nuggets. I actually made chicken breasts, and I marinated with orange peels.
Did you bring enough to share?
No, I ate it all.
Then quiet. Okay. So it's a busy time of year. We have lots of postseason going on. Football season ends on Friday. Volleyball season ends tonight. We have playoff seeding coming out this weekend. We also had this week golf and tennis postseasons, which are wrapping up. And we're going to start there. We're going to get the tennis later. We're going to get to volleyball and cross country and football later, of course. But we're going to start with golf. On Tuesday, it was the section individual championships for girls golf. And we have three of the highest performers from that event.
The three qualifiers out of Kern County.
Here in studio with us, and that would be LEXI KEENE, who is the section runner-up from Stockdale. We have MADI Daniel from Bakersfield Christian, the area champion, and we have TAYTLYN ALVAREZ from Liberty. So congratulations on your performances, ladies, and thanks for being here. We'll start with Tuesday. Now, we know the weather was horrible Monday. I had to drive to Madera in that weather and back. And how did that affect, and then Tuesday it rained a little bit, I think. How did that affect play, and was it something you didn't expect? We'll start with you, Lexi.
I just think it softened up the golf course a little bit. The golf courses around here are typically pretty dry, but it kind of brought up some of the dirt and made it a little bit muddy. But for the most part, it didn't do too much damage.
You guys have any different experiences?
No, I mean, it definitely made the golf course a little softer. I got lucky. Both the practice rounds I did up there, it was raining and cold like that. So It was something that I had played in before. So it wasn't like a shock.
Yeah, and you have to sort of expect that because the beginning of the year obviously is in August and you guys are going to be playing in 100-degree temperatures. And you know, TAYTLYN, that by November it could be totally different. So how big of an adjustment was it for you?
I didn't find it to be really different. I actually enjoyed the weather. I thought it felt really great.
Better than the triple digits, in other words.
Oh, definitely. My balls tend to stick too, so that was kind of normal for me. So I just played a normal round.
Good deal. Well,
yeah, they were not moving on Tuesday at all.
That's. I need to go play up there then because.
Oh no, it helps for guys like us because we hit and they stay and they don't just keep rolling like they normally do for me.
I might actually be able to chip in weather like that. Okay, so Lexi, you were second by a stroke after winning it last year. Is that a bittersweet feeling? I mean, obviously being in the top two is great. You're talking about one round. Anything can happen in one round. I mean, you could have not qualified. I mean, or you could have won by 5 strokes. What's your feeling saying, hey, I'm second again, that's pretty good, or I wanted to back it up again?
I mean, instinctively, I've always been the type of person to play to win. I always play to win. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, the objective of that tournament was to move on to the next round, and that's exactly what I did. It was a bitter feeling to know that I won in the previous year and lost by a stroke because I could go back through my round and pick numerous shots that I could have eliminated.
Always, yeah,
right,
sure.
and that's with every golf round. So it still kind of leaves a sour taste in my mouth, but it's just kind of some fuel for the next round to kick myself into gear.
Right. And that regional round, Maddie, you get to go on to the regional round now as well as does TAYTLYN. Can that make or break your season in some ways, or you were the area champion? I mean, is this icing on the cake, or is this where a good round can kind of put you over the top and put you in state, and it'll always be a year you remember? Or how do you approach this regional round?
This regional round, same thing with what Lexi said. I try to play to win. So with Valley being here, Valley's either a win or qualify. That's what it is. So I didn't win, but I qualified.
Right.
So I'm happy going on to regionals and just going to go up there and try my absolute best to get to state. And then it'll be a really good season. It'll be a tremendous improvement from last year.
There were three outcomes. They talk about binary outcomes. You either win or you lose. Well, this was 3. You either win, you qualify, or you don't get anything, which is the worst, obviously. TAYTLYN, for you to settle on qualifying, what was that like for you to be able to go down to the regional?
This year or last year?
Well, I'm talking about this year, but this is your second year back. I mean, was that the goal at Valley, was just get back so I can have another shot down there?
Again, I agree with MADI and LEXI. Of course, I want to try and win. Of course, that's everyone's goal. But my main goal was just qualify. So I'm glad that I did that. And going into regionals again, especially with some experience because of last year, it makes me I'm more excited rather than nervous and more focused.
Now, what do you guys know about that course down there? Yoruba Hills, is that what it is, the course for the regional?
Goose Creek.
Goose Creek. That's where it is,
yeah.
Jarupa Valley.
Okay, in
Which
Jarupa
is
Valley.
over by Riverside. That
Yeah.
area,
Do
right?
you know anything about it? I think that's a new course for the regional.
It's a foreign course to me. I've never played it.
Yeah, I've never played it either.
Agreed.
So
Same.
will you guys try to get down there for a regional round before next week? Or, I mean, a practice round before next week?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I guess that's always the plan. But do you
What
feel...
are you doing, Zach? Because I think you're going to stick here and we're going to cover stuff while they get to go play golf in Southern California. Nice.
I always
thanks.
like covering that because you can just sit there and walk the course all day and get paid for it. That's always one of my favorite things.
It's
to
on
do there.
Tuesday, right?
Yeah, it's just hard to get
Thursday.
down
Thursday.
Wow.
Thursday.
What's that?
Tournament's on
Thursday.
Thursday.
Thursday?
there.
Yeah.
Thursday,
I'm
a
going.
week from today. Yeah.
I'm going.
Really?
You gotta ask
you
this
have
guy.
BVarsity Live.
You got to ask that guy.
Yeah, we have BVarsity Live, man. You know what we'll do is
I'll
we'll call
call
you guys
in.
live from the course. One of you
Awesome.
make state, you're going to be on the show.
Yeah, well, Periscope.
Oh,
There you go.
Periscope's
There you
a
go.
cool app.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to talk about the bucket hat because I was just introduced to this concept. I mistook you for somebody else at the Team Valley Championship when you had the low round there as well. And I'm embarrassed about it now because I should have just looked for the bucket hat. How does this tradition start for a golfer playing in a place where it's not often cool?
How does the bucket hat
Yeah, how
start?
did that tradition start?
I'll tell you exactly how it started. I went to the dermatologist, and she was checking my face and everything. She's like, you're out in the sun a lot? You're a golfer? I'm like, yeah, I'm out in the sun like every day. She's like, I think you should start wearing a better protected hat. Okay, ever since then, wearing the bucket hat.
That's a funny story. My dermatologist took one look at my skin and said, "You were out in the sun every day as a kid, weren't you?" And I said, "I guess so." And you need to start wearing a hat everywhere. Do you have a hat with you? No, but I'm not going outside today. Well, you got to walk back to your car, don't you? And it was like, okay, man, that's like a 2-minute walk.
You know, if
gotta have
Lewis
a
was in
hat.
here right now, he would tell Maddie to wear one of those Steve Denman football coaches.
I love
hats.
those hats.
I
seen
have a
those
straw
ones?
hat.
Yeah, no, not the straw ones, just like the
real
ones that
wide
just
brim,
keep-
yeah.
Oh,
real
yeah.
wide brim.
No, I
that-
don't have one of those.
Yeah, I do.
That would probably get in the way if you were golfing, I think, in one of those.
Maybe.
Possibly.
The straw hat kind of gets in the way. I don't usually wear that one very often.
Right.
But it is very unique because as you're kind of going through the course, like they were all in different groups on Tuesday. Like they are at area. In area they're usually lumped together, but this time it was easy. Kind of like I look for the red when I'm looking for TAYTLYN, look for the all black or the red hair when I'm looking for LEXI. And with MADI, it's the easiest way to do it because you just look for the hat.
Yeah.
There
yeah,
you go.
I like it because it's kind of the trademark. I like that.
And TAYTLYN, we've talked about your Lexi's unique music taste, or not unique, but just old school music taste in past shows. Maddie, you have the bucket hat. TAYTLYN, you're going to be a cardiovascular surgeon, is what you told us before the show.
Yeah.
So if
And she
anybody
listens
out
to
there has
LL
heart
Cool J.
problems, what's that?
And she listens to LL Cool J. I'm all right with this.
All right. Wow. That's old school as well these days. I think it's pretty rare for you to have pinpointed what you want to do this early in life. How did you settle on cardiovascular?
Truthfully, I have 2 reasons. One is because I watch a lot of Grey's Anatomy with my mom.
Okay. It's a good as reason as any.
Yeah, and 2 because I've spent my whole life, half of my life in a hospital with my little brother. So being in the medical field was always a goal for me, just to be able to help others and stuff like that. But the heart, I chose cardiovascular because it is the most fascinating thing to me that I want to be able to research it in every way I can and help others at the same time, therefore become a cardiovascular surgeon.
That's awesome. Now your brother, is it a heart issue with him, or is that a separate thing?
Yeah, it's just a separate thing.
Okay. But it's all in the same umbrella, obviously, helping people, and that's awesome. Now, I also wanted to ask you, I think we've probably misspelled your name in the newspaper
Yeah.
like 6 different
Yeah,
ways.
Mama got on me on Tuesday.
But you, I mean, you got to be pretty used to that by now because there's a unique spelling of your name.
Yes.
TAYTLYN, T-A, gosh, I'm going to screw it up.
TAYTLYN.
L-Y-N. Yeah.
Got it. Any particular reason for that spelling or?
I know my mom wanted to name me Journey, but she found out, I mean, obviously there's the band, so then she was like, no, I'm not going to name you that. So then she was going to name me Tate and make my middle name Lynn,
Okay.
and then she decided just to put it together. So she created
And add like an extra Y in there just to
Tate.
make our lives more difficult.
I guess so.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Thank you.
But when you're a doctor, you realize you can just scribble it, and then nobody will know how it's spelled because you just,
Yeah.
it's just like 2 lines, right?
Yeah.
Maddie, how about you? You're still got a ways to go in high school. Lexi was asking us about coming back and writing for us. She was going to cover you in high school. What's your, as far as academics, any area you're interested in right now?
Academically?
Yeah, I
Not really, no.
mean, okay. Just not
really.
interested in any of it. Your favorite subject is recess, in other words.
Yes, my favorite subject is golf practice.
Okay. I like that. Sophomore?
Sophomore, yeah.
Sophomore. Did you expect to win the area this year?
I obviously played to win. I wasn't, when I teed off, was my expectation to win? Yes, because that's what I do every time I tee off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, any tournament I play in.
But let's say going into the year, I mean, did you have that written down as a goal, or was that a little bit pie in the sky?
I did. I've accomplished all my goals this season except one, which was winning Valley.
Okay.
So I have one more left, make it to state. So we'll see if that happens.
And by the way, Lexi, I think I told you this before. That was a class act move that you had. And let me find you. After MADI won on what? We were on like what, the 10th hole for you?
I ended on hole 4.
Yeah,
On
number
hole
4
4.
at Buena Vista.
Lexi ran without her clubs, basically across the course, up the hill, and shook hands and gave MADI a hug and congratulated her.
Well, and that's I think that speaks to the friendship you guys have, even as competitors, right?
Right. I told Maddie before we teed off. Every time before I see her, I shoot her a little salute, and I give her a thumbs up because she knows that even though we're competing against each other, that I'm in her corner, and if I'm going to see anybody win, might as well be this girl.
And that's really cool.
I've been in her shoes before. I've been the underclassman. I've been the kind of the dark horse, the underdog, and you can't help but root for the underdog, right?
Sure. Well, and I was going to ask you, that leads me right into my next question.
Is that a little
You
KEENE
kind of
reference there?
transitioned. Well, you didn't kind of transition. I mean, it was a stark difference from being that dark horse underclassman to being you're the defending Valley champion this year.
Right.
You were the favorite. Did you feel that pressure throughout the year? Did that affect you? I mean, what was it like looking mostly back on it now?
I don't think that I don't ever feel any pressure from any outside force greater than I feel it from myself. I push myself harder than anybody else could ever possibly push me. So I don't think I felt any more pressure than I usually do, and I just try to keep my tunnel vision and keep pushing towards the ultimate goal, which is to win state.
And now you have, you got one shot now to do that. So what are your thoughts going into the regional round? I mean, it's just get through it, right?
No, you play to win. If you aim small, you miss small. If I'm aiming for first place and I fall off a little bit, that's how it
Okay.
goes. And, if I have a rough day and I don't quite qualify, I've still got a year left. But you got to go in every tournament thinking that you can win.
What score do you think would win that tournament next week?
It's going to take a healthy number under par, at least 4 under
And par 72.
out of par 72.
We're looking at a 67, 68 to win it. But you've been there before. I mean,
right. It's I don't think it's out of reach, and I don't think it's out of reach for any of these other 2 girls either. I just think it takes the shots to fall in the right time and to be in the right mindset and to think your way through the situation properly.
have a good round, get a little bit of luck maybe, and see where things fall.
Right.
Well, we're out of time. We got to get moving. We got a big day today, but we appreciate you guys joining us. And LEXI, KEENE, Stockdale, Maddie Daniel, Bakersfield Christian, and TAYTLYN Alvarez of Liberty. Thanks so much for joining us. Congratulations on qualifying for the regional, and we'll check in with you next week.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks a lot. We'll be back on BVarsity Live. Stockdale girls tennis up next. Yeah, that goes by fast, doesn't it?